I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your WWE Super Showdown live in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia review. Now, this took place June 19th, 2019. It's late at night. I'm recording this review. I happened to watch it live, and I took notes. Not on a spiral notebook, no, not a college ruled, not a white space, none of that, man. I took it on some old computer paper. Well, actually, I took it on my computer. I was at work. Yeah, I was watching this super show at work. I get it. I was taking notes, but you know what? So was my manager, so you know what? I think we're gonna be good, and trust me, I did not print this on the company printer. So let's get into this. The announcers let us know that it was 100 degrees out in the arena, but very quickly told us that it was actually 94. It just felt like it was over 100, which I thought was the weirdest thing ever, especially from a wrestling show, to say a number, backtrack, and then correct that number, as if I was gonna get on my weather app and see what the actual temperature was in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Dude, you telling me it's 100 degrees in Saudi Arabia? I believe you. I don't feel like I need to go check the temperature. But that's what they did. They told us the actual temperature, which I thought was so strange. They never in a show say, hey, we announced that there was 97,000 people here, but actually there's only 68,000. They never correct stuff like that. It's wrestling. You can inflate numbers, weights, crowd attendance, but oh no, they got to be very accurate when it comes to weather and what the degrees or what the Celsius is. It's just preposterous. Almost knocked over my water bottle, but you can't even see that. Golly. Okay, so they let us know that. If they would have actually told us the attendance number, I would have been shocked, because if you looked out into the crowd, especially on the wide shots, you could clearly see not only there was a lot of open seats, but there was whole sections. And I get it, you know, you do the hard camera and you might have a small section. No, I'm talking about like a whole set of risers going 20, 30 seats wide, whatever it is, of nothing. And just rows up of nothing, nobody there. And then especially way up in the top of the building that you could see later in the night, there was a lot of fans not there. A lot of fans missing. I don't know what happened between the last show. The last show, from what I remember, was pretty dang full. So has interest already waned? And they come back to Saudi Arabia and already the attendance is way down, which is like, whoa. And apparently on Raw and SmackDown, they were continuously saying that this is like the WrestleMania. This could potentially even be bigger than WrestleMania. And yeah, you probably don't want to say that when there is clearly a lack of fans in the arena. So anyways, Godsmack's got a new song. It's their theme. I didn't even know it was a Godsmack song until they had mentioned it at some point. I had heard that song before. Not the whole thing, but I just kind of heard it on the radio as I was plugging my phone into my car. And I thought, well, that's a weird Shinedown song. But come to find out, it's actually Godsmack. So it made me feel like, huh. Because I'm a Godsmack fan. Not that I've listened to any of their records, maybe in a couple of years, but you know, their earlier stuff I really dug. So it's kind of weird that they sound so different now. I don't know if it's the mixing or the guy's just older or what. Anyways, they did the kickoff. They had the Usos beating the Revival. I guess it's good that these guys got paychecks. I wasn't too particularly interested in that. It's just the pre-show. But hey, they got to go out in front of a bunch of people. Good for them. Well, we actually start off the Super Showdown. And let me ask WWE, please, stop naming things Super anything. I mean, Super WrestleMania, that was in the 80s. But Super Show, Raw and SmackDown, Super Showdown, it sounds so corny. I mean, really. If I think it's corny, it's probably corny. Anyways, Seth Rollins, the champion, going against Baron Corbin. Now, Baron Corbin, you already know how I feel about Baron Corbin. I do not think that Baron Corbin deserves to be in a spot like this. I get that you got to put people over on your way out, but why Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin? I don't see what they see in him. I really don't get it. I mean, he's got his little black shirt on. I got a black shirt on. He used to have long hair. Well, I have long hair now, except I have a lot more hair than he did, and that's why I had to shave that. It looks a lot better shaved, but why does he wrestle in dress pants and a dress shirt? I mean, it's cool. He gets to like pull his shirt down and show his cool tattoos and stuff. Okay, that's nice, but what else does this man have? I don't think he's that good on the mic. I see his heel tendencies on the microphone to be subpar. And his in-ring skills is kind of like, okay, there's a lot of people on the WWE roster that have similar or better skills than him, is what I'm saying. Anyways, he gets on the microphone and he gets the announcer actually to list off his accomplishments. And the boos were so mild you could barely hear them. They expected the crowd to be like, boo! I hope you beat this guy up, Seth. It was like they did this. He's trying to get all this hatred on him. And fans just didn't care. They didn't give a crap that Baron Corbin had these accomplishments. They had no reaction. So, Exhibit A. Why are they pushing this guy? I don't know, man. Maybe they just feel dumb because they've been pushing him so long and they don't want to give up. I don't get it. Seth Rollins is all taped up. He's got his ribs taped up, so it's easy to take his breath away. But Baron Corbin, on the other hand, it's really hard to take the breath away from the fans because, my gosh, is this guy freaking boring. That is what I'm saying. He couldn't get heat on himself if his life depended on it at this show. But anyways, they have their little match. Baron Corbin starts arguing with the referee, and his ass gets rolled up and pinned and beaten. Well, okay. So Seth Rollins retains that Universal title. Okay, cool story. Did I think that he was gonna lose that championship at this show? No. Especially to Baron Corbin? Absolutely not. But after the match, post-match beatdown, boy, he hits that end of days on Seth Rollins, so sucks for him. Lesnar comes down like he's going to cash in Money in the Bank. He's got Paul Heyman cradling that. But Rollins is smart. He low blows and starts beating the ever-living crap with chair shots. So no cash in, no official cash in. And yes, Brock Lesnar came all the way to Saudi Arabia just to do this spot, and he got paid for it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can find you a job where you can go all around the world, travel, and do stuff like that, man, you should take it. Of course, Brock Lesnar is a super athlete. He's a freaking beast. But still, if you can land a gig like that, that's crazy. So next up we have Andre Cien Almas, but they don't give him all those other names, challenging Finn Balor as the Demon for that Intercontinental Championship son. And it's cool to see the Demon come out. It's weird to me that Finn Balor says that he doesn't do the Demon all the time for a couple of reasons. He wants to keep it special, but also it's a lot of work. It takes hours and hours and hours to put it together. But my question to him is, I get it takes hours and hours, but how many hours are you doing sit-ups? I mean, look at those abs. You're telling me that it takes too long to do that? I don't know. I don't really care either way. I love the look, but I don't know. It just seems kind of arbitrary. It doesn't really necessarily have to correlate with big shows because he's been in big matches, big shows, and not done the Demon thing. So who freaking knows? Anyways, it was an okay match. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." But then they showed a shot of the crowd and they didn't look like they actually thought it was awesome. So I just know that this crowd was mic'd weird. Or they weren't reacting. I don't know, judging by big holes and gaping holes in the crowd, and I'm pretty sure that the last show they had sounded better. It sounds very suspect to me. But Finn Balor, he walks out the champion. I don't think that's any big surprise. I didn't really think that they were just going to go crazy with title changes and stuff, no matter how much they wanted to tell us that it is anywhere in the realm of WrestleMania. Maybe as money goes and the amount of money that some of these guys are getting paid, but come on, dude. All right. So The Miz is cutting a promo, doing his best Rock promo backstage. Jinder Mahal talks about, going and wanting to win the 50-man Battle Royal, but he also wants the 24/7 title back. So it makes me think, when I see stuff like that, the way they presented it, like, yeah, I want to go win the 50-man Battle Royal because that's a big deal, yada, 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 but also, man, I also got to get that 24/7 title back because that's important too. So what's important? What's more important, winning this Battle Royal or the 24/7 title? That's what I want to know. Because you mentioning the 24/7 title twice in your promo and kind of ending with that makes me think that you're not going to win, and that the whole focus of your entire career at this moment is trying to get a crappy looking title from R-Truth that they can post on social media and show replays of with Michael Cole going nuts over. If that's what's important to your career, man, hey, to each his own, sir or ma'am, because anybody can win that 24/7 title. Next, we got Shane McMahon, the self-proclaimed best in the world, taking on Roman Reigns. Shane brings out his friend Drew McIntyre. Next page. And, the commentary is talking about Shane, and they're talking about how he's in the past has been in the ring with people like Stone Cold, The Rock, and DX and such. This goes into my point on the video I made about Shane McMahon in the past. Okay, yes, he did go in the ring with those people, and guess what? Stone Cold, he hit the stunner on that boy. He went flying. The Boy Wonder went flying. The Rock bottom, he peopled elbow. He did one move and you're done. Even with DX, one move and you're done. X-Pac could have kicked your head off, and I'm pretty sure he did. So, trying to rewrite history in this moment to make us believe that he was a formidable character back in the day when he absolutely wasn't is just intellectually dishonest, and I don't like it. It makes me feel disrespected. Michael Cole, you know that's BS. I don't care what they're telling you through your headset. We can see you lying. I can see you lying. And everybody else can see you lying. We know no one's going to fool us into thinking that Shane McMahon is actually a strong, combative opponent. He can take bumps. He can fall off of stuff. He can take a hell of a beating. But do you, for 1 second, expect me to believe that he's going to take on Roman Reigns and be believable and have all this offense? I mean, you're gray, you're freaking 49 years old, and you're taking on a former freaking champion who looks amazing. I done talked about all this, not going to get into it any further, but guess what happens? Shane McMahon, the Boy Wonder, 49 years old, going in there just taking it to Roman. Roman's like getting from this side of the ring to this corner to that corner, getting his face rubbed on the ropes. Come on, man. Seriously? That's the way they're doing it. That's the way they're doing it. Shane McMahon even gets a Shane O'Mac chant. This crowd, I don't know what to think. I really don't. But the ref gets swiped. Drew McIntyre runs in, hits Roman Reigns, Shane McMahon wins, and they do a big elaborate celebration where Shane McMahon gets pyro. Because he's Shane McMahon. If the idea is to get people to hate Shane, okay, cool. But this whole idea that he is this great, strong competitor is just ridiculous. And I get that he did not win in a way that was like, oh, he beat him because, he's so strong. But the way they put him in there, they just make him too strong in his offense. The way he started this match out, I get it. He kind of jumped the gun or whatever. But Shane should not be that damn strong. And I don't agree with it. I just think that no one in the back or none of the writers or anybody is going to question Shane and say, you know what, Shane, isn't it kind of weird that you're almost 50 years old and you're gray and all this, but you're beating our champions, the people that people are supposed to believe are credible? These are the ultimate when it comes to the champions of current day WWE. And some just freaking punk from 20 years ago who got his ass kicked by everybody, including Steve Blackman, can even have a prayer of going head to head with freaking Roman Reigns. It's ridiculous. Anyways, Kofi Kingston, he does a promo, and next we got the Lucha House Party versus Lars Sullivan. And yes, this is indeed a 3-on-1 match, just like WWF. Attitude on the N64 during career mode. You heard right. That's what happened. Lars Sullivan, he's made some very insensitive and just terrible, horrible posts in the past on social media and on message boards and whatnot. I guess he got punished and had sensitivity training for that. Some of that stuff was like, wow, man, you might need a little more than sensitivity training. But the Lucha House Party, I guess they got tired of getting beat up, all three of them, so they ended up jumping Lars Sullivan, causing a disqualification, and Lars ends up being the biggest party killer of them all as he goes and beats up all three of them at the end to look dominant and like a jerk and all this kind of stuff. It was good that Lucha House Party broke this up and just ended the match because they weren't going to win and they were getting beat up by a bully. And you know what else? Nobody in this crowd gave a crap. This crowd was so incredibly silent for this. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. No one cared. Now, for a match that we all care about, seeing Randy Orton and Triple H go against each other again. So, for the bazillionth time, they're going against each other. Triple H comes out on his three-wheeler motorcycle, because that's his thing now, coming out on real man bikes and cars and whatever. Cool, man. He had a biker jacket on that had an NXT patch that made me laugh. I don't know why. Because, I think, tough guys, they got their gang signs on. Or, back in the 80s, it was like a big deal to have like a Megadeth patch on your blue jean jacket, which he used to do blue jean jackets. So that's kind of been a theme through his career. But to just see this kind of awkwardly placed NXT thing is like the only thing that people actually like about Triple H legitimately, it just kind of seemed kind of like he was begging a little bit for some approval. I don't know. But Triple H, he's still this cerebral assassin. He still has that mean streak in him. He still got it for sure. But anyways, on the lower third, they show the saddest thing I've seen in a long time as far as social media engagement. On the lower third of the screen, they start scrolling trending tweets. I mean, they had a tweet trending worldwide for this event, right? And they showed on the lower third the tweets. And guess how many tweets they showed? One. One tweet, which makes them trending worldwide seem so absurd because the one tweet they showed was Triple H, Orton, let's get it. I mean, what? That's the best you could find? That's the most That's the only thing you can show? Oh, it's so absurd. But you got a near fall with Triple H and Orton. Orton hit the RKO. Triple H gets a pedigree by blocking a punt, and you get a kick out. This was a good match. And these little kick out segments and the way it built, actually really good. I was kind of surprised. I shouldn't be, because they should know each other like the back of both of their hands. But whatever. Triple H hits 4 backdrops on the announce table, which I'm sure positively that thing was supposed to break, and Triple H just kept hitting it because he was like, screw this. But guess what? I am the table. That bitch did not break. But I'm pretty sure Triple H gave Orton some bruises after that, because holy hell. Anyways, back in the ring, out of nowhere, got that RKO, and Randy Orton won. So I'm going to give this one a big old thumbs up because I thought it was a good match. Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman comes out and he destroys Bobby Lashley's little pose thing. Bobby Lashley had a thing where he was posing. And Braun just destroys things. That's his gimmick, I guess. Knocking stuff over, tipping things over, breaking stuff. Not getting on WrestleMania. Not getting the push that he deserves. Not winning the Rumble this year when he probably should have. Went to the main event of WrestleMania. I don't know why they don't like Braun. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. Anyways, their match was okay. Braun won, as he should, because the boy needs to be doing something. Is it because he's Southern? Is it because he has a Southern accent? WWE doesn't like that so much unless it's Stone Cold? I don't know. I don't know. So, anyways, Samoa Joe talking about how important the match is, it's a battle royal, whatever. They just keep showing folks talking about the battle royal. So I guess the battle royal is going to be really important because they keep talking about it as if it is the Royal Rumble. And I'm starting to lose my voice, so let me roll through this here. Dolph Ziggler takes on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston is the WWE champion, still the champion. Dolph Ziggler is getting an opportunity because why not? Does he deserve it? Does he not? Does it matter? Dolph is still there, still doing kind of the same thing that he's been doing. I like Dolph Ziggler. I think he's great. I think he's cool, but man, after probably 2013, it doesn't really ever seem like they're ever going to really do anything with him, so it's hard for me to get behind him because I just feel like they're not going to ever do anything important. And if I don't feel like they're going to actually do anything important, then I don't know why I should care. But anyways, they have a pretty decent match. Kofi Kingston, he's still the champion. Nobody thought Dolph Ziggler was going to walk away the new WWE champion in Saudi Arabia. If you thought that, I'm judging you right now. Because I don't know how that would have happened. Unless it was just they wanted to shock folks. But guess what? No one was shocked. Unless you were that person who thought Dolph was going to win. And if that's the case, I'm sorry you didn't get what you wanted. But what you will get is me going to page 3. The third and final page on this stuff that I most certainly did not print off at work. So, Dolph, after the match, he wants a cage match with Kofi. Whoa! You just lost and now you want a cage match? Usually when you do a cage match, it's because interference, you want to isolate the guy, you really want to hurt him and damage him. I didn't really see that as being the crux of any of this. So why they came to that conclusion is kind of a mystery to me. But hey, that's what they did. So now we got the 50-man battle royal. And I don't know what I can say about it. It was a battle royal. There was nothing inherently special about it. They didn't do anything really noteworthy. Not to the point where I took a note about it. But Mansoor, he had won. The fans loved it. And I almost turned it off because I almost forgot that there was another match. Because it kind of seemed like, oh, this is the end, then the big win. I thought that they would have done the Battle Royal earlier in the show, but they did not. They didn't. They did not. Will you allow me to have a drink of water? I would greatly appreciate that. Hold on. I feel so refreshed. Thank you for that. So now we're going on to Goldberg versus The Undertaker. Yikes. So, tons of people were leaving the arena when the bell rang. Now, I thought to myself, what could be another explanation? Maybe people moved from their seats and got near the barricades and stuff like that just to see The Undertaker. I don't think so. It really looked like a lot of people were leaving. And it was hard to see because they were pretty selective with their camera shots after that. I would be very curious to see what the reports are from the arena. I want to believe no one would leave because I really can't understand why anybody would leave from this match, because you would think that this would be the match that people would want to see. Unless people in Saudi Arabia haven't been watching wrestling in the past 10 or 20 years. I don't know. But anyways, you get 2 spears near the beginning of this, you get a kick out, and then apparently, I'm going to have to go back, but it seems like Undertaker did kind of a botchy tombstone where Goldberg landed on his head a little too much, and it might have been the reason why he started bleeding. And apparently, and even from Goldberg's tweet, which I'll read, he started bleeding and he got a concussion or he got knocked out. He said he got knocked out. Let me read this to you so I don't tell you things that aren't true. Goldberg tweeted, "Knocked myself out and thought I could finish. Ellipses. Love my fans. Ellipses, ellipses, but let you down. Everyone else that found pleasure, hope you're happy." Yikes. I don't know who found pleasure. I did see some tweets where people were making comparisons and saying, well, you injured Goldberg. He went and injured freaking Bret Hart, in 2000. Dude, if you think Goldberg meant to hurt Bret Hart, I think that's nuts. If you think it's wrong that he hurt him, well, yeah, it sucks. A lot of people get hurt. A lot of people get injured. And extremely rarely it's on purpose. And I mean, professionals, come on, man. Yeah, Goldberg's a professional, whether you like it or not. He may not be Mr. 5-Star Wrestling. He never was, never will be. That was not his purpose. That was not his position. That was not his place. And you know what? Neither is The Undertaker. Undertaker was capable of doing some incredible things and even hit old school, which I freaking marked out for because you know what? I like old school. It's one of my favorite wrestling moves that The Undertaker does. I don't care if you think it's hokey or not. You're wrong. Because that move is freaking cool, man. Okay. Where was I even going with that? Oh, he got knocked out. So he was loopy. I didn't know this at first. I kind of figured it out as the match started to end. It became apparent that there was a problem, but I just thought that they were just not having a good match. This match was clumsy as crap, and he tried to do a tombstone, but he couldn't. I don't know if it was because Goldberg couldn't do it or he was dead weight. I don't know. But Undertaker ends up doing the worst choke slam we've ever seen since Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker had a match at what, Judgment Day 2002 or 3? It was that bad. If you don't believe me, side-by-side comparison. I would do it now, but I can't. Copyrights, I don't want to get taken down. You got to thank me. If you're watching this video right now, it's because it didn't get taken down. And it didn't get taken down because I didn't do a side-by-side comparison. So, ha! All right. Now, that's that match. Undertaker, he won. That is WWE Super Showdown 2019 in Saudi Arabia. My camera just cut out. Anyways, that was WWE Super Showdown 2019. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will catch you guys next time.